Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Dogface Mark, and today is the long awaited day. Alpha 21 has come out after something like 18 months since the last Alpha 20 came out, and today we're going to install the update. A lot of people are having some issues with different POI generation and whatever all else, and so the best thing to do is to clean your files. So I'm going to show you how to do that. First thing we're going to do though, we are going to do a little bit of backing up. So if you're one of the kind of people who just moves forward, never looks back, and you don't care about your old games or whatever, you don't really have to worry about this. But if you do care and you think, oh, well, someday, 10 years from now, I may want to go visit an old world, then you need to back up the different game saves. And that takes these few steps. Basically, if you want to, what you can do, you're going to type in to your search bar percent app data percent, and depending on whether you're Windows 10, Windows 11, whatever, usually there's the search bar and you can go in there and search that, and it will take you to your app data folder. In the roaming folder, you're going to have a folder called 7 Days to Die. Now if you want, you can just right click on it, and however it is in yours, whether it's 10 or 11 or whatever, you can just push copy and then make a new folder somewhere on your desktop or in your documents or whatever you want. And you could just call it 7 days day 20. Helps if you make it a 7. And then you can just say paste. However you do that, depending. And you can copy the whole folder. But in reality, all you really need is, if you open the 7 days folder, you need the generated worlds, you need the mods folder, you need the saves, which in your saves, you're going to have, this is where your games are depending on, how many saves you have. And your profiles are like what the, if you created a character, a special character when you're playing the game in the customization, it's kind of in the profiles and stuff. The server admin stuff is just if you've had other people playing on your computer and you gave them various roles and whatnot. And then if you go to, you can do your local saves. And that's just basically if you've played with other friends and downloaded maps, it kind of makes the files into this saves local. And then you have your screenshots. Basically, if you've used like F9 to take screenshots, it will end up in here. And that's where those go. If you use F12, it saves it to Steam on your Steam profile. But if you use the F9 to take a screenshot, it ends up in that screenshots folder. So you may want to save that. Like I said, I kind of just copy the whole thing. Now, the other thing that you can save, if you go to Steam and you right click and you say manage, and then you go to browse local files, this will take you to wherever you've got your Steam folder saving games to. In my case, it's on a separate drive, games, Steam apps, common, 7 Days to Die. So you can actually just click out of there and you can save, you can just basically copy this whole thing. Now you do want to, because they're pretty much named the same, there isn't a space there, but you can just put this into a separate folder and call it Steam apps. That way it kind of keeps them separate so you know where. And I mean, you can actually put the other one into the app data folder. Like you could put it into a folder called app data. That way you could remember where it goes. But in reality, you don't really need these folders. A lot of that personalized stuff they're sending, like if your mods folder, They don't want you to put it into here anymore either. They want it in that app data folder. But now that you've backed everything up, what you want to do is go into Steam again. Just click the play button. And instead of clicking the play 7 Days to Die, click the show game launcher and click play. Now it comes up with this screen. And if you go click on the little tab that says tools and you say clean game data. Now in here, a lot of people, I clean everything and I clean all maps. You can save your player profiles because I don't think they've been messing much with the player profiles. And then that way you don't have to rebuild your character. I always just start a new character anyway because it's just as easy. It gives you a chance to rebuild your character. But if you got a lot of time in customizing your character, you may not want to click that. And as of right now, there hasn't been any issues. But if they ever start messing with the character customizations, you could have a problem. Same way with your server admin configuration, you can leave that unchecked and usually it's not a problem. Otherwise, you just have to go in when people come in and to play a game on your computer, you'll have to redo their roles and whatever. But then you push clean and then it's going to say you can't undo this. That's why we backed it up, because you can just put that stuff back in. And then once that's done, if we go back into app data folder, you will see in your 7 days folder, your generated worlds folder is now empty. Your saves is now empty. Your saves local is now empty. Your screenshots are still there because they don't really affect anything. Now, the one thing I did notice, I have Kane's lockable inventory slots mod, and that is still in here. Now it needs updated, for which he did say today he already has it updated. So I'm going to delete that because anything that's in your mods folder, it's like it can cause issues. So you want to get rid of all your mods, your modlets, and then go ahead and go find the new ones that are set up for Alpha 21 instead of Alpha 20. So that should clean, but it's not cleaning. So I'm not sure what's up with that. They need to fix that because that's something that would be bad. So you definitely want to find your mods folder after you do the cleaning and go into the mods folder and delete all those modlets and then go get the new ones for Alpha 21, because I can guarantee you that will cause a problem if it's something that changed, which Kane apparently had to update even the lockable slots mod. So I'm going to go get the new one and put into that folder. You want to save in your mods now. Any of the modlets, you want to put them in the app data folder now, not in the Steam folder, because that's where they want you to save them. And before long, in order for them to work, they're going to have to be in there and it might mess things up. But now we will go back into Steam. So now what we're going to do, we just right clicked and we went to properties. And now we're going to go into the betas tab. See, if you have early access, they send you a key and then you can do the code. But I didn't have that, so. All right, the latest experimental unstable build will be Alpha 21. So we click on that. And now we close and we're updating. So now we are updating to the latest experimental, which will be Alpha 21. And that's kind of downloading the whole game again. So I have not watched any of the streamer weekend because I wanted to be able to play the game. And I did watch some of the dev streams, and I watched the devs did do some testing of the Twitch integration, which was actually with some kind of a version of Alpha 21. So I did see a few things, but I didn't see a ton of new stuff. And then whenever the devs did their Wednesday stream, I watched a few minutes and then left because I did not want to see a whole lot of new stuff. So how many of you watched? A lot of people did. For me, it's just I want to see the game myself with my own eyes before I start watching a lot of other creators doing the game. And that's it. Now we push play and we can get into our options and whatnot and start to build a new game and build our new character for this alpha. And as you can see, we now have Alpha 21 B313. So we can go into our options and start setting up our video and whatever, because all this stuff gets messed up. That's about it. Hopefully you found something in this video useful once I get it edited and take out some of the stammering around. Hopefully it was somewhat useful anyway, and we will catch you on the next one. Hopefully I'll be posting some playthroughs pretty soon. I haven't really done that yet. Hopefully I will be able to do that and maybe do a little live streaming over on Twitch. So if you want, go over there and follow me as well. And I will catch you all later. Goodbye.